Hi.
Welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana
And Marnie. I have a question to ask you, Shoshana.
Go on.
You and I have been friends for a long time.
A very long time.
If I called you up one day and I said, Shosh, can you lend me 2K?
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? Let's act how cool right
because
now.
Because it's not like this is the first time it's
ring,
happening.
Ring.
Not between us. Okay.
Ring.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
I know it's your lunchtime, so I'm going to keep this brief. Could you lend me 2K? Shoshana, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry, it just threw me off a bit. What's
2K.
What's been going on? Tell me a bit more detail.
Yeah, I need 2K.
For what?
Business.
What business? I'm so sorry, Marnie.
Wait, pause. I made a mistake, not business.
Go on.
Some stuff's been going on.
Okay.
And I've had to pay for a lot of stuff, like, very, very quickly.
Okay.
And now I've got to pay for these flights. I've got to go to Ghana. Something's happened.
Oh, okay.
So could you, like, I wouldn't ask at any other time. It's just, I will absolutely pay you back when payday happens on the 28th. But, like, I just don't have it on me right now.
Well, when do you need to go to Ghana?
Literally tomorrow. Actually, Friday.
Is 2K going to be enough?
What, for me to get there and get back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not, I will just scrape together what I have. I'm already dipping into my savings. I just need an extra 2K.
Okay. So, okay. Look, I understand that things are going on.
Yeah.
You need to get to Ghana.
I do.
Send me your details and I'll think about it.
I love you so much. I want you to know that. You are the kindest, most bravest person I know. And you will get this money back.
And you said the 28th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you know where I live.
I do.
And you could absolutely sue me, I guess, if I don't give you that money.
Yeah. Okay. We'll chat.
Love you so much. I'm going to go get myself a Nobu lunch. Bye.
Okay.
I love that. That was so cute.
Do you know what? I'm not going to... When I say it's not the first time it's happened before, it's not the first time it's happened before. Not necessarily with... I'm not going into too much detail, but it's happened before, so there were triggers. There were hard triggers. If we had this conversation 5 years ago, with all due respect, I wouldn't have given you the money.
And why is that?
2K is too much.
That's fair.
And I think, and I'm still learning and I'm still growing. I have learnt just through experience that I want to be a lender, but no, a borrower. Oh, that does make sense. I will. I would prefer to give than to lend. Get
it back.
Yeah, I prefer to give. If I give you money,
I have to accept that
you're not getting it back. And 5 years ago, 2K is something that I desperately need. 2K is something that I need now. Like, it's not like I don't need it, but like, if I'm like, okay, I have an emergency fund, and this emergency fund is for me, and potentially for someone who may also be an emergency. I have to accept that if I get this money, I may not expect to see it on the 28th. Or you may tell me the 28th, oh, I need a bit more time, I'll give it to you then. But because of how close we are, because you said the word Ghana, because you kind of expect...
Code word.
But mind you, that when you added the Nobu, I'll be like, I would have phoned you back, be like, girl, Nobu?
Shoshana, I'm at work.
Do you actually...
Can you please respect my...
Also, if you spoke to me in that tone, I'd be like, girl, good luck. Have a great time.
It'd be bad for me to move it like that before I even got the money.
The person who's giving you that Nobu, let them pay for your flight. So yeah, I prefer to... At church, at the end of the year, we usually do like affirmations. And one of them is like, I shall be a lender but not a borrower. That was it. So I should be able to lend people money but not borrow. But also I do think the bigger thing on top of that is like I would prefer to give and not expect it back. So yeah, because it's you, I would give it. But that being said, there's a lot of people that would say no to. For the reason that it's 2K, for the reason that I don't have a lot of details as to why you need the money.
Yeah.
I feel like it's come out really out of the blue, and I have so many questions as to how you got yourself in this situation and not being able to have 2K.
100%.
Yeah. Or not 2K, but have the money with you.
That's absolutely fair. Do you want to have a go being the person asking?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I will. I'll do it the way that I don't know. This is so hard.
If this is too triggering week.
No, it's not that hard. To be honest, I had a situation this week where something like this always happened.
Ooh.
And it's about 2K as well. Well, so basically my landlord came round to fix a leak that was in the he did come around that week, like last weekend. So everything was all hunky-dory. We decided to do a new contract, which I wasn't like that much of a fan of, but he wanted like a really long-term contract, and he was like, what do you want to do for your future? And I was like, why are we having this conversation?
Yeah, it's too big.
Yeah, I was like, so I just had to get that conversation back to the house. And like, do I see myself living in this place like long-term? And I was honest about like my situation. And so everything was hunky-dory, had a chat, he went on his merry way. Then we were like, okay, we're going to do this new agreement. Then he messaged me going, oh, by the way, I can see from the account that you have not paid rent for the past 2 months. Have you by any chance, because there was like a contract that ends every January, by any chance, did you put an end date on your direct debit? Because the money, I can't see the money for the last 2 months. The way, oh my gosh, I was supposed to go to a meeting. Yeah. I literally froze. I was like scrambling. I was like going to my bank going, what the hell? His payment is like automatic. Yeah. I never have to think about it. I just see his name and know it's done. As soon as he left on the Saturday, I checked. I was even going through my account. Everything looked fine. And he was right. I had not paid him. And I was like, why do I have extra money in my account? That morning as well. I was like, why do I have even extra money? So I just started like allocating some money here and there, like putting extra money in savings. Like, oh, this is great. Why do I have all this extra money in my account? Not putting 2 and 2 together. So I had to quickly set it up and then set up a new direct debit, pay him, backdate the payment. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And oh my God, I just voice noted him and I was like frantic, like, hi, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Like, blah, blah, blah. I'm happy to pay any interest, blah, blah. Like, I know this is not the same situation, but this is someone asking me for 2K, but it's
but you have to pay 2K.
They don't give me their money. And it's like, if he was a dickhead landlord, he could have evicted me.
Take you to court.
He could have easily to court. Even I told him, like, I'm happy to pay the interest. He was like, no problem, it's fine.
Yeah, he also didn't spot it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't. Yeah.
Everyone is their lives.
But yeah,
like,
he didn't spot it. He hadn't renewed the contract, so I was just living my merry life. So maybe that was why he was so chill. But also, I feel like we built a good rapport.
I think you should have a go.
Okay, then let's do it then. Okay, ring. Ring.
Shoshana, why are you calling me?
Hey, Money.
Okay, you sound really weird.
I'm really, really sorry.
Oh my God, what's happened?
Yeah, look, okay, so sorry. I'm trying to just.
What is going on? You're stressing me out. Get to the point.
I have fallen into this situation.
What have you done?
Where I fallen into a situation where this bill has come in. It's an emergency. It costs 2K, and if I don't pay, I may lose my home.
Shoshana.
Yeah, and
this is not like you.
No, it's not, and I cannot believe that this is just so many different things have just come out at the same time, and I lost track, and it's incredibly irresponsible, and I completely understand, and I'm really sorry to have to ask you this, but would it be possible for me to borrow 2K from you, and I will make sure that I pay you back on my next payday, which is at the end of this month, on the 28th, and I'm happy. I will set up a direct debit. I will send you a screenshot of it.
Pause. Breathe.
I can't because this is such an emergency.
I know, but I just really need to hear that you're breathing.
Okay, I'm breathing.
We will get through this.
I'm breathing now.
I only have £65. So. But I'm going to ask my nanny.
No, I don't want you to disturb her.
I'm going to ask my nanny because she has loads of money.
Well, no.
And I'll get back to you. We will sort this out. Wow. Bye.
Oh my gosh.
Then my follow-up phone call will be like, I got you the money, but you now owe me, my nanny, and my aunt 2K.
I'll be like, girl, please.
No, I'll be like, you owe me 2K, but I now owe them 1.5. I have more than £65 in my savings.
So
but I don't have 2K.
No,
I will admit that I don't have 2K. I'll give you what I got.
I'll be like, girl.
I'll give you 900.
That's still a lot. But I'll be like, girl, you do not. Your friendship means the world to me. I'll be crying. I'll be honest. I'll be crying.
Same. I think I'll be crying.
I think it's. Do you know what? It's the amount of money, because have I borrowed money? Have I given money to friends and also to family? Yes. And it's really the money has varied, and the more it is, the harder it is to relinquish. Especially like talking about like especially like in my 20s, it was hard to let go. And then I had to have the whole like mentality of like, if I give away, I don't feel like the need to get it back. But that franticness, I've had that course so many times. That it is triggering. I'm not gonna lie, it's really triggering.
It's really interesting because basically the reason why I brought this up is because
what happened?
But no, I'm working on a script right now.
Yeah.
And one of the characters has lost his job and he's applying for new jobs, but they keep giving him like minimum wage stuff. Yeah. He's working the minimum wage stuff, but he's also getting married. He hasn't told his partner he's lost his job. And they need to pay the wedding venue that week. And he said to her, oh, leave it to the end of the week. And she's like, end of the month, I have money by then. And she's like it's already been like a month and they're waiting. I can dip into my savings. He's like, no, I can pay it. So he can't. Yeah. So he calls his friend and he's like, you know, family members passed away in Nigeria.
Not him lying.
I would give money, but obviously all my money's tied up in the wedding. So could you lend me 2K? And at the time, I was talking to the writer, and I was like, I don't think my friends would give me 2K. I just don't think they would do it. Yeah. But like, actually, it was actually very interesting. Because when you said yes, I was like, oh, it's because you're a sweetheart. But when you were speaking, I was like, I actually don't think I could say no.
Well, when I was saying it,
I think that's the difference. When it's somebody that you care about, and it's different when that's a person who's not like constantly asking you for money. Yeah. You know it's a serious thing. My thing was that like, I was like, this person is not asking enough questions. I think I'd ask questions, but equally, I didn't ask you a single question.
You didn't know, and that was surprising.
I said, well, she said it was for a bill.
Yeah.
So,
well, I asked you a few questions, and I think that was my trust.
You're like, what's going on here?
What's going on? I think that's the
and this ties into something we talked about on the podcast before. My friend who gave his friend 20K.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, there is actually no time on the planet where I give you 20K. But maybe it's that thing of like, you've never asked me for money before. Yeah. You asked for a very specific amount, a specific amount that I have. If you asked me for 20K, I'd be straight with you. I don't have that money and I could not get my hands on that money. Yeah. But you know that I do have that money. Yeah. So you're asking me for it. If I'm assuming that, and I've forgotten that we've even had a conversation where you know I have that money, you're going through something and you need that money, it's sitting there doing nothing. Yeah. Because that's the other thing. It's like, when I think about my savings, that's money that's just sitting there. Yeah. So I give it to you, makes no difference to my day-to-day life because that's money I've been able to put away, right? Yeah. Like that thing of if you're give money, you need to be prepared for it. I can't go into my actual current account and give you that money because I need that money. But if I've got 2K sat somewhere that I'm not touching, what difference does it make to my life whether you have it or I have it? Because I'm not spending it. Yeah. It's therefore, I need to replace this all of a sudden. It's a good thing I've got that 2K there. But otherwise, it's just money sitting in the account.
It is. I do.
Obviously, it's my money.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's this difference with like, the money, what the money was used for. Yeah. There are some people that have like money or pots of money where they're like, oh, this money is not to be touched, or this money is for like a certain goal, or this money is for like savings, or this is for my emergency. Like if something does happen, I have a space where I can just grab that money and give. And I think, I have account, and I speak personally, I have accounts where it's like easy reach money because of things that happened like that before, where I'm like, I frantically need to scramble money now, and a lot of these like really great savings account, you can't touch the money for a year, and then you're like, oh crap, I need this money like today, or something serious is gonna happen. So I think in these scenarios, and why I would say yes to you is because one, I know you, like I know you very well. You're one of my closest friends. You don't ask me for money often, so like often, ever, never. But also in the same, they're saying you've never asked me for money. I know that you wouldn't. I know that you wouldn't ask like lightly. That you're not taking the piss. Yeah. And other thing, I trust you. Yeah. Versus there have been people that I don't know very well or very closely, or haven't spoken to them in time. All of a sudden, hey, how's life? Can I borrow X amount? Like, can I borrow £100? Excuse me?
Huh?
Before you got to me, one time, I told you this last year, this girl asked me for money. And the fact that I haven't spoken to her in, like, since before the pandemic. And I remember in my head going, for you to go and scroll down your WhatsApp, you pass several people that can give you this money. And I said no. It's not like I didn't trust her or I didn't like her or anything like that. It's just I was like, I don't think I'm the right person to give you this money. Because also in the same breath, it's like, yeah, am I the right person? Because yes, I may have the money, but I don't think I may not be the right person. And I also don't want. There's been a lot of people that have fallen into like, you ask them for money, you give it to them, and you're like waiting for the money to come back. So that kind of thing. So I think in this situation with the character you mentioned, I don't know if that was my boy, but I know he has got money in the wedding. You
don't know that he's not working either. But so when he says that, I'll pay you on payday, you're convinced that he's will because you're under the impression he has a job. We went back and forth on this for a while. It's hard. I called our friend Caroline.
Okay.
And I said...
Did you do the reenactment?
I literally was like, Caroline, if I called you and I said I need 2K, would you give it to me? She said, fuck no.
What?
She's like, no.
Really?
Yeah, she was like, I would have several questions.
Yeah, like, okay.
Yeah, I need the money.
Okay, that's... The other big thing was how you presented the question. How you presented it. That is as important as everything else. Because if you're saying, girl, I need 2K, for what?
Girl, you're not going to believe this.
For who? And for what? And when am I getting this money back? And why?
Yeah, so she was like, I would need all these questions answered, right? And I was like, that's my thing as well. Yeah. But actually, in the moment, because I guess I know you, I know Caroline, if she called me in a panic, I would know she was in a panic and I probably wouldn't be like, so tell me exactly how you got in this situation. Like, because you sound like, my first thought would be like, I need to calm her down. Yeah. Because clearly something is going on. Yeah. And we need to do that first. And the money thing, we will absolutely could get sorted. Yeah. And I was like, she was like, yeah, I would tell you, sell your car, sell your clothes. No. So like, hey, are you trying to make this money? Are you trying to make this money? I was like, to be fair. And he was like, well, what are you supposed to do if you don't have money? If you're not gonna, the writer was like, if you're not gonna ask for friends. And I was like, do you know what's really interesting? If Caroline had called me and said, yeah, I really need this £500. I've agreed to go to this guy's house and like let him lick my toes or whatever, I would say on the phone, girl, I'll give you the 2K. Come on.
Would you?
Yeah, please. I would never allow you to embarrass yourself. No, if you called me and you said, yeah, so I've decided I'm going to let my landlord hit. I said, hey. Before that, it's never that serious.
Well, I'm joking.
Give me your landlord's number. That's not going to be happening. The money will be wired to his account expeditiously.
Oh my gosh.
Hoping is the last straw.
Yeah.
Hoping is the last
But I want to. Why can't I?
I was like, when he was talking, I was like, I feel like I would tell you, have you tried hoeing? Have you tried that?
No, look, it has to. It
depends. My friend was like, yeah, I'm going to hoe for this. No, but then she was also like, maybe it's the 2K is such a big amount of money, right? If it was £500 and then I said I was going to hoe for £500, but I'll give you £500. Not that serious. Girl, you got to have higher prices than that. £500. Yeah, but there are some prices I think I wouldn't balk at so much. 2K is a big amount of money. You feel like you would want to know more, but like, before my sister left, she had a debt which she was really stressed about. She was like crying about it. She was like, and the issue was that she was paying it back, but the payments were not beating the interest. It's like, at this rate, this thing is going up and it's not coming down. And I said, I will give you everything I have in my savings currently to chip away at that, right? Because I don't think, like, the stress of this won't go away because you don't have the money to pay it. And they don't care that you don't have the money to pay it. They need it paid. If I give you this money, whatever's left, based on the money that you have coming in, you should be able to pay that off. So I would say, I'm going to give you this, but I want to know that your priority is to pay this thing off. I don't want to hear in 2 months that it's still lingering around because I've paid off now 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is pay the last third. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Blah, blah. And I was like, do you know what? As much as it was like, wow, that's money that I had earned, blah, blah, whatever, it was money that was sitting in my savings.
Yeah. I had that with my brother as well. But I think, again, it's family.
Yeah.
It's like, it depends on the relationship, because my brother was struggling with, like, final year fees. And it was one of those things, like, he has to finish paying or, like...
It's a wrap.
It was a wrap. And I was like, but, yeah, I have this money, and because I was seeing where this was kind of going, I've already put aside an amount in my head. Mm-hmm. If you need it, I'll give it to you. And he was like, yeah, I need it. I was like, take it. But... maybe I should just give it to him anyway, not ask him, not wait for him to ask me. But no, but also he's like very not prideful, but he's like he doesn't want to ask for money.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm gonna pay you all back, and he did. He paid it back. But I was like, by the way, I don't need you to pay me back. I kept on telling him, like, please do not feel the need to pay me back. This money is for you. I just want you to finish. I want you to have like a sister. I don't want you to have the stress of this. Yeah. I want you to focus on the priority. And the priority is, in this case, finish your thing and finish the payment.
It's tough because it's like, as an older sibling...
Yeah.
Like, you are like the third parent.
Yeah.
And you're sometimes like, I guess your siblings are slightly closer to you in age. But like, there are 6 years between me and my sister. And it's like, that is a good chunk of my adulthood.
Yeah.
I'm never... At this point, in our lives, I can't ask you for money. Yeah. But the one thing I can do, the one thing that I do have is money, because I've been working for 10 years. Yeah. You haven't.
Yeah.
And as much as I advise you not to do this in the first place, here we are. So rather than doing that big I told you so while you're sinking further and further into debt, if I've got the money to help you sort it, like, I wish I'd had the money to clear it all together, but I didn't. But it's like, I have enough money to, like, make this manageable now. Because there's less of it, so there'll be less interest.
Yeah.
Like...
That's a really good sister.
You know? Like, I was surprised because... I wouldn't say, like, I've been hoarded my money in the past, but, like... there was a point in my life where it's like, no one gives me money for stuff. Like, everything I have, I've paid for myself. Yeah. So your money feels very important to you in that sense. And so to even give it to someone, it's like, wow, why did you do all that work? But then you also find yourself thinking, like, okay, what would be the point of me having all this money if, like, all of my siblings are doing badly?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the older sibling responsibility. Because not to say, like, our younger siblings don't feel that way, but they may not feel that much pressure, as much pressure as an elder sibling, where you're like, I'm seeing you guys, and you have this level of protection that you can't help it. You're protective of them. So I get it. I do get it. So what happened in the story then? How's the character going to be?
So he asks for the money.
Yeah.
His friend says, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Then later on, they have dinner. When they come out of the dinner, he's like, which, by the way...
why were we for money?
I see that at dinner.
Yeah.
We're going to be having work.
That's what happens to that girl who asked me. I saw her at a restaurant a couple of weeks later.
If you ask me for money and then I see you living it up from that point onwards, I'm believing that you took my money to enjoy your life, and now we have a problem.
I'll be honest, that is right to end the friendship. But again,
I'm suing you.
Yeah, but that's again trigger that I'm trying to work through. Triggers that is trying to.
I'm suing you. I also wonder, like my friend who gave a friend 20k. I wonder at what amount of money you sign a contract, because he had that girl sign a contract.
Okay, yeah.
So he got all his money back.
Oh, did he? Okay, that's good.
In the end, but
I think 20k is definitely worth a contract. I'll be honest.
I was thinking,
I think 2k is a contract too. I mean, but that being said, it's an emergency. I don't have time to
exactly. You've already given me the money.
Like, I don't have time to write. Yeah, exactly. I don't have time to write a contract.
100%.
But for rent, I have to do a contract.
You have to do a contract.
And that kind is less than.
Because that's what you say. I will be paying that money.
Yeah, and then I didn't
regularly.
Sorry.
So that's what I did today. I just found it very funny that I said to the writer, like, my friends would not give me that money, and then called my friend and she was like, no, I would not give you that money.
I can't believe. Actually, you know what?
To be fair, I asked it kind of in the same way I asked you at the beginning.
Okay.
Like, I just need to
okay, yeah. Okay, I get that.
Don't ask me no questions.
Yeah, that 100%, yeah, I would have said no in that way. But then you went into detail and I was like, oh,
then I switched it up. I decided to be like, let me try and pull on heartstrings.
Yeah, so let me give some sympathy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really... I think, you know, that is a really important question. That's a great question to fill out your friends. It's like a litmus test. Who are your close friends? Who are your friends when your rider dies in an emergency? And who's the ones that, you know...
would be like, I'm actually
good time friends.
In a meeting, so I'll call back. And then you never hear from them again.
Honestly, I think it's a great litmus test. But also, I think, honestly, it depends on the tenure of the friendship. Because you could have phoned me at 21. That would have been a no.
Yeah, sorry.
It's a result.
Don't you get student finance?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you calling me?
21, I don't even have that money.
What have you done to get yourself in 2K worth debt in the first place?
And then when they explained, the minute they start explaining, it was this boy. And...
Hello?
The call has ended.
Hello?
The call has ended, my friend. 25, I think I still would have said no.
Yeah, I think I would have said no. 25, I didn't have a penny to my nose. I don't know where I would have got that money from you.
30, yes, I probably would have.
Now, I think that it would be a conversation.
It would be definitely a conversation, but more likely, I would lean more towards yes. That being said, again, all those factors are important.
Caroline lent a friend of ours' dad's 10K. I was telling me she wouldn't give me 2. You just remind me, she'll be getting a very strongly worded email from me after this.
I think she needs to.
I'll be calling her up and be like, I just realised, that's so disrespectful that you wouldn't give me 2K.
But...
What the hell?
There is so many layers to that question.
You gave not even a friend, their dad 10K.
For real? No judgment, but this is...
Yeah, same. I said I'm not going to say anything about this because you're ready to give at the end of the day, but that's mad.
It is. I don't know. It's, you know, money is one of those things that's very, very personal. It's very... Yeah, everyone has their own approach to it. Everyone has their own... triggers, values that they give it. So it's really hard. Yeah.
I would say I've been quite lucky. I've not been in that position loads of times, but it is very character building.
Yeah,
what was really funny as well is I said to the writer, if I asked you for 2K, would you give me 2K? And he was like, I was like, so you're saying that there are ranks in this friendship. Some people can get 2K, some people can't. He was like, his friend had given someone 2K, and they said they were going to pay him back at the end of the month, and it's been 6 months. Not a penny in your account.
But again, that also is a sign of friendship. Like, I've lent you this money, you've not paid me back, or you've not given me a notification, or you've been stringing me along for 6 months. That's the type of friendship. I've seen people friendship end because of that.
Yeah, I think I know you well enough. I would say my core group of friends that you would have such a sense of despair and shame for having even asked me for that money that there is no way you'd be walking around knowing you still owe me that money and living your life.
Yeah, I think it's hard, you know.
Like, you'd be scraping any pennies you can to get it. I need to get
I'll do payment plan. I will payment plan you to finish this. Like, it's the whole thing of like, you borrow money from someone, then you have to see them at dinner the next time. You're like, huh?
And then I'll be like, Shoshana, I'm surprised to see you, but you don't have any money.
And then you're ordering like expensive stuff on the menu.
Yeah. I'll be like, say to Rachel, she'll be having a glass of water.
And that's the thing.
She don't have no money.
Yeah. So this is the thing, is like, I remember a friend of mine, I haven't spoken to in ages. So acquaintance, friend at the time. I went to her wedding.
But she was an acquaintance.
No, she's a friend. No, I just haven't spoken to her in so long. She had a fundraising for her.
We talked about this.
We have talked. I think we talked about this on a pod actually, or off the pod. She had a fundraiser for the wedding. This was the time when everyone was getting married young. Church thing. We have definitely spoken about this on the pod. Mm-hmm. And so then we went to the wedding. We raised money. We gave money as well. We went to the wedding. There was people on our table judging every single thing about the wedding. Oh, look at the centerpieces. Oh, she's come out with her third outfit. Her third or fourth outfit. Like, this is interesting. Like, making comments because they've given money, therefore they have a say. Money's a sensitive thing, man. Money is a sensitive thing.
Very much.
So thank you for that jump scare, and also how related it is, because I literally went through my own, and it's not similar, but I went through that scale of like, my gosh, I have also done that to someone.
Someone has aligned.
Yeah,
clearly.
what the hell happened?
We are gonna go to pop culture news. This is a very special episode, so strap in, sluts.
I think I'm gonna call them like cowboys.
Strap in. Cows.
Boys. Girls. Lads. Cowlads.
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 Cowlads and ladies. Rodeo lads and ladies.
Let's just get to it, fam.
Hello, everybody. As we promised on an early episode, we are listening to Beyonce's new album, Cowboy Carter.
Hee-haw.
It is how many tracks?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Oh my god!
22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Are these 1 minute tracks?
27 songs.
How long is that?
An hour and 18 minutes.
Okay,
so they might be short, yeah. I mean...
Let's hope most of those songs are 2 minutes.
Thank God. I'll be honest, this is the longest that I've had to wait before listening to a Beyonce album. I literally
listened to the album the day it came out.
Renaissance, I waited a couple of days.
Renaissance, I think I listened to.
Did you?
Actually, I think I did because I remember we talked about this before. Yes, but this is exciting.
This is very exciting. I am so excited to hear this album. Do you have any predictions? Oh, I know some things.
I feel like I've heard rumblings of it being not 100% cowboy, 100% country.
Yeah.
But then I've also heard rumblings that it's still too country. So.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to reserve.
Yeah.
Any judgment for when the music hits my ears sonically.
Yeah. I've not heard much about like the cowboy-esque elements. I do think it's going to be country. Mm-hmm. I do think it's going to be like stereotypical country, the way that Texas Hold'em is. The good thing is we've heard 2 songs already.
Yeah,
Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. So we've heard those. I think it's going to have that element to it. I don't think it's going to feel like super, super authentic, deep root country type of vibe. I do think we're going to get a lot of like spoken rap from Beyonce. I think it's like a word rap, and I do feel like it's gonna have a mixture of some R&Bs and beats. It's gonna be beaty country.
Someone I spoke to said that there was a song on there that they listened to that the morning that I'd met with them, because they listened to the album once through already, and now they were listening to it again, and they said there was a song that came on while they were on the tube, and it made them want to get up and dance.
Wow. So
that never happens to me.
Wow.
So it must be big.
Okay.
Because very few songs. I mean, most songs make me want to get up and dance. So.
Well, we're going to see how it is. We know there's some features. Miley Cyrus is like a surprise feature. I've heard of that. About that. Yeah. We'll find out. Yeah. Should we start?
Let's do it.
So what we're going to do is we are going to listen to each song. And then we're not going to play it for obvious reasons, copyright and all that fun stuff. And then after each song, we'll...
give you our track-by-track review.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yay. Let's do it.
Here we go.
Oh, the first song is... American Requiem.
Do you think this is going to be a slow song or a fast song?
I think it's the opener, so maybe slow.
I think it's going to be slow.
Then it's going to start with a bit of beat. Like similar to how the intro of Renaissance... How was the intro of Renaissance?
I can only think of Our House now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Bruh, maybe we'll have some influence to that. That being said... Oh, before we even go into it, Cowboy Carter was recorded before Renaissance.
Interesting.
She was ready with Cowboy Carter. The photo shoot, everything you've seen, it was shot in 2018.
Weirdo.
Yeah, and then she brought out Renaissance
and
for us.
She sat on it for 4 years. Why?
6. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so thoughts on American Requiem.
So, we were kind of right that it started slow.
Mm-hmm. And
that's how I felt about the song. It started slow. It felt like it was giving me this halo Ave Maria from the I Am Sasha Fierce era. And then all of a sudden they got to the country beats and, I'll be honest, it felt like a couple of different songs mashed together. I do not remember it, but I
agree. I think it felt like 3 songs, but I don't even... Our House sounds like 3 songs.
Maybe it needs a couple of listens for it to feel memorable then.
Yeah. I like the sort of psychedelic... It felt a bit psychedelic as well, which is cool. I really like psychedelic rock, so that part was kind of bringing me in. But you're right, it was like... Yeah, it felt like 3 songs. Yeah. I don't know if that's what country music sounds like all the time.
I don't think so.
I don't listen to enough country music, but... in the way that Renaissance fades from one song into another, but you feel like that is a complete song. You never feel like, oh, these are 2 songs battling with each other. It's an interesting song to open with.
It is.
I mean, if you open with a song like that, it's going to make you think, okay, so I guess the rest of the album is going to be a lot of songs that are maybe 5 songs in one.
Potentially.
Right?
But I felt that with Renaissance. I felt like it was... There were some songs, like I think about like Move. I'm trying to think of the songs from the top of my head. Alien Superstar. That it felt like so many different sonic motions and movements and songs smashed together, and it was like as if we were getting this experience the same way we felt when we were actually watching the show. So it just didn't feel like a complete song, and I don't know if this is going to be the most memorable song of the album. And it's definitely not the most memorable opening. I felt like this song was almost 5 minutes. It could have been a minute.
3 1-minute songs went in between other songs.
True.
Maybe.
That's true, yeah. Or you could have just had that opener, which I thought was really beautiful. And when I was listening to it, I was like, Beyonce loves to sing.
Yeah.
And Beyonce wants you to know she's got pipes.
Yeah.
And she could have just had that opening, which was like, I think about a minute long, where she just like almost doing operatic, psychedelic type of vibe, and then just get straight into it.
Yeah. I also really think country music, as much as obviously you've got stars like Dolly Parton and Brandy Carlisle, I don't know why I said that. I literally can't think of a single other person.
Something Musgrave?
Yeah, Casey Musgraves. They're like it actually made me think, listen to that song, maybe she, like, I don't know, it feels like an experience with a band.
Yeah.
And like, obviously we can hear her singing all the harmonies. It's like, wouldn't it have been nice to have like other people? And obviously probably when she did it for real, she had other people, right? But like,
it's Beyonce, I feel like it's just her.
Maybe it's just her, but like it just made me think, oh yeah, this feels like a community type of, not to say all music is, I guess, has that community aspect to it, but this feels like it's a community makes country music. Like someone's on the banjo, someone's on the harmonica, like it's a room full of people, whereas like houses, like you just need someone who's really great at like the kit, really. Yeah. And then one voice. You don't need 17 people to make a house song. No. But let's get into Blackbird.
Oh, before we do, I was just gonna add in one of the lyrics, and again I need to listen to it again. But she talks about the fact that like almost alluding to the fact that she was rejected by country. Like it's not like I don't know if I can find the lyrics, but it was a point where she was talking about how she didn't feel like she was welcome in country, and I think that is a nod to the message that she shared when she revealed the album cover about, you know, the fact that country almost turned their back on her, especially at the CMAs when she was performing Daily Lessons, like how many years ago now. And so I think her mentioning it so early in the album is like saying like, I think is a message in the song, deep under the layers of the other 3 songs that it's combined with. But yeah, let's get to Blackbird.
So we just listened to Beyonce's cover of Blackbird.
Yes.
Which is spelled with 2 I's.
Yes.
For reasons. I liked it, but I felt a bit too busy. Given that I like the stripped back version of the original. But I can imagine, I get why she didn't do that, because like you said, Beyonce's an incredible singer, and it probably would be quite boring for her to just do the stripped back version when she can do so much with the harmonies and stuff. Yeah. So, I appreciate it. Yeah. But I don't think it will be my number 1 cover. My number 1 cover of this song is the Glee version.
After we finished listening to Beyonce, we listened to Blackbird, Paul McCartney, and I was saying that I could visually see how that song is used in films, especially like in America, rom-com, the protagonist, or the couple have broken up and they're walking around New York wondering what happened after their breakup, and then they reunite. I
wanted to call my production company if I ever had a production company. Blackbird.
Yeah. That's really nice. Are you the Blackbird?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're black and you're a bird. Yeah. I
thought it was really clever actually. I thought it was actually brilliant.
Are you sure that the name's not been used before?
No, but people have bird names. So it's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
What's with birds?
They fly.
I'm like a bird that always fly away.
Literally.
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't know where my soul is.
I don't know where my home is.
All I need to know is I'm like a bird.
So after we listened to the Paul McCartney one, then we listened to the Glee one. I think I do lean more to the Paul McCartney one because it feels so, there's a warmth to it. But I also did love the Beyonce one. I love the harmonies, and it is busier because there are 4 other artists on this track. They are African American country artists, and I think, you know, given that Beyoncé is like going into this genre, and you know there is a black country scene, probably not as big. Her being able to feature these artists who include Tana Adele, Brittany Spencer, Tierra Kennedy, and Raina Roberts, I think is a really great opportunity to highlight them. They sound amazing. There is a voice that is used in the second half, just after the step down, where we don't know who she is, but we will find out probably for the next pod. She sounded really lovely, and I think it was quite a nice like change when I heard her voice. Like, oh, who's that like soft voice?
Yeah, very
I think
crisp.
It was really, really crisp. Beyoncé sounded amazing as usual. This song is not necessarily a country song, but I think I'm sure that her spin on this song was to again hero the other black country artists, and to have that harmony and add a bit of soul to a bit more soul, like black soul, to the Beatles version. But
yeah, that's what that song needed. Every time I listen to it, I'm like, it just needs more soul.
No, I think that with all covers, an artist can interpret it in a different way.
No, obviously it's a beautiful song, and like, I can
really
imagine like if I was ever making an album, if there was a song that was just near and dear to my heart that I felt matched sonically, I might be like, I'm doing a cover of this.
Yeah. I don't think it's a direct match at all.
No, in the second half of it, it definitely starts to do something very new, and like obviously Beyonce, like she's doing stuff that Paul McCartney, no offense to him, cannot do. No. He's not going down in history as the world's greatest singer, but like Rip.
He's alive, fam! He's alive!
I meant Rip on the bass, that was wild one. But like
fam, I sounded like Easter, like he's alive! He's alive!
But yeah, it's interesting, and I guess just having the second song be a cover kind of lets you know that there, I guess, will be more covers on this album.
Yeah. I mean, there was tons of covers on Renaissance, but...
Were there tons of covers?
No, like samples.
Yeah, tons of samples.
Samples, yeah.
But not tons of covers.
Which is interesting as well. Again, you know, maybe it's going back to that original point of Beyonce not invading this space, but just like entering this new space. Would you take a cover to, again, land your authenticity in... or your ability to be able to adapt to this new genre? It's a question. I think there's some other covers in this album, so we can take a listen. But that was Blackbird, and the next song is 16 Carriages.
Ooh. So that was 16 Carriages? That
song was released before the album. So it was released at the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl, alongside Texas Hold'em. So I've heard this song before.
I'd heard Texas Hold'em before, but I hadn't heard this.
Mm-hmm. Thoughts? Because this is your first time hearing it.
First half, I was really feeling it. But then the second half, it kind of grew for me. It made me think about owning a spot of land. in the rural South.
I feel this is going to be a common theme.
And feeling like, wow, we've toiled for years to earn this patch of land. And we will do what we need to do to protect it. Mm-hmm. Is the energy I got from that song. Imagine myself stood on the porch in my long... 18th century dress, being like, we bought this house fair and square from our owners. Like, I don't want to show my ass right now about how much I don't know about slavery. Yeah, you just bought your land and then you lived there. But like, it made me really think about like a house that passes through generations.
Yeah.
So you see the people who've bought it the first time.
Yeah.
Who like the sharecroppers who got it. And how that house maybe grows and grows, and at the end you've got like a Beyonce being like, I will also protect this home, type of thing.
It's giving me the vibe of, in Black is King, she had, in her visual album, she did a song, what was it called? My Power, I think. That's the one, I think the one that, what's her name? The daughter comes out on tour.
Uh-huh.
I think she's like in the middle of the desert. I hope I'm getting the song right. And she's like dancing, and it's very like, actually the whole Black is King is like a whole like hint to like generations and the ancestors and Beyonce being part of the ancestors. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what it was reminding me of as you were saying that.
Beyonce But this was giving more a Little House on the Prairie. Okay. Very gunslingers. We defended it from gunslingers. We defended it from the Civil War. We defended it from the Old West, drought, hurricanes, everything that America, basically every American disaster you can think of.
We protected it.
Yeah, we protected it.
In 16 carriages.
In 16 carriages.
When this song came out, I really liked it. I thought it was quite
moving.
It was quite a nice. Yeah, it was really moving. I felt like it was also a nice antidote to Texas Hold'em, which was a bit more upbeat and like upbeat country style. I would say, not like upbeat shake my ass type of thing. And I also think it was quite like a really like sentimental message, especially when she's like, carrying the house since I was 15, and the sacrifices that she's had to make. I know that on the outside we would look at Beyonce living a very privileged life, but I think the girl has struggled, and she talked about it in the film, the Renaissance film. But it felt very raw and very like authentic, and excuse me. Yeah, there was something very sentimental about it, and I did like it. I loved the sound of the belt, so whatever that beat was that was being used, which if you're a country fan, you probably know what that instrument is. I have no idea what it is. So it was a nice vibe, and if you tell me Beyonce's using a country album, this is the kind of song I'm kind of imagining in. The same way that I felt when I heard Daddy's Lessons, which I probably like more, but yeah, I thought it was a cute song.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next song, which is Protector, and it's featuring Rumi Carter, who's her other daughter, daughter. Rumi.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Yeah, Rumi Carter.
Isn't that one called Say It, Sir?
Sir, yeah, that's a boy. Okay, we're going to go on to Protector.
So, what did you think of Protector?
Yeah, so that was Protector. It opened with Rumi, and I knew, as soon as I saw that feature, I was like, the way they're going to introduce or incorporate her, it's not like, she's not going to be singing, she's going to be doing something similar to what Blue Ivy did. Excuse me. What Blue Ivy did many years ago when she started featuring on tracks and led to her winning the Grammy.
Should we say what Blue Ivy did, or should we say what they used of Blue Ivy? Because she didn't say put this sample in.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. What Blue Ivy had, like how they used Blue Ivy and I think it was Black is King. It's like Blue Ivy was just speaking, or she said something very small. I don't think she sang. And for Rumi, she opened the song saying, I don't know exactly what, it was not audible.
I was like, can I? And then
that was it. It's the way I feel sometimes with and I've experienced this with our friend Caroline, where when her little boy, like, she's got a son, there's a period where he would speak and I wouldn't understand 100% what he's saying, but our friend Caroline got every single word. Like, he was speaking in baby talk, like half baby talk, half like words, and you could just like she could hear every single word because that's her boy, that's her child. And in this one, like, I couldn't understand, but I was like, Beyonce knows her child, like she can hear everything that she's saying. It felt like a lullaby, like a message from a mother to or a child, like a parent to a child. So there's something really sweet about it, and I think it was fitting given that her daughter was on the track. That's my thoughts.
My thoughts were, this was kind of my worry with this album.
Yeah.
Is that like, that would be a version of Beyonce that I can't necessarily relate to. Not to say that I don't care about kids or nothing.
Yeah.
Or that like these bitches aren't my sons, because they are. But because I don't have a kid, like I feel like that song would be so special.
Yeah.
If I had like a kid that I rock to sleep every night, but I don't. And that's what the state of my life I'm in. I want to be in the club shaking my ass. And actually, Beyonce saying no. That was last year.
That was last year. We are now
pregnant and barefoot right now. Get with the program.
Honestly, I agree. When I had the opening couple of chords, I was like, when are we gonna start dancing? And that was the first thought I had. I was like, are we gonna start dancing? It's now 4 songs in.
When are we gonna shake our ass, Beyonce?
Unless this is one of those things that, again, I Am Sasha Fierce, that album had a similar vibe where I Am was very like ballad heavy, slower pace, and then Sasha Fierce was like shake your booty songs. Maybe we'll get it, but I just don't know. And also, do you shake your butt in the country, or do you just like do your tap your cowboy boots?
You do. They did line dance.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
That wasn't a line dancing song to me.
No, this is definitely not. No.
It was cute. No, it was cute. Will it be my new favourite song? Probably not. But it was a very nice song to listen to.
Rumi will love it when she grows older.
And she's like, oh my god, I sound so annoying. Ah! Which is, I don't know about everyone, but that was a period of my life like hearing my voice back. I was like, this is horrible.
Wait, who the hell is this?
Yeah, who is she?
Yeah.
But now I can't get enough of her.
Goodness me.
What's the next song?
Next song is My Rose.
My Rose?
My Rose, yeah. My Rose was, I have to be honest, let's go back to how long it was, because it was super short. It was... Oh God, I can't get any information. Basically, it was super short.
I really thought she was about to drop the beat.
Yeah, so did we.
So I can't wait for that song to be used as an opening to someone else's song.
Yeah. Do you know what the open, again, she's definitely in her psychedelic, operatic, harmonic, like, bag.
Yeah, because if you want to do some mushrooms, this is the album to have one in the background.
We do not condone drugs. It was giving me the operatic feel when she was introducing Renaissance on the tour. Now everything is referencing back to the tour because she does that thing like Renaissance, and then they like the Renaissance comes up and you're like, wow, it's now a Renaissance part. This was right after she did all the ballads, so maybe from now on the beat will drop.
Let's go.
The next one is called. The song's actually called "Smoke Hour" star Willie Nelson. Also featuring Willie Nelson. I do think that that's probably the case because she's gonna sample him. It's part of their agreement. But, let's go for it. Smoke Hour.
So less of a song.
No, it's
more of a transition.
Yeah, exactly. It was, I think now the beat's going to drop because we know what the next song is, Texas Hold'em. It was kind of using the effects of like changing the radio station to different radio stations. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I just thought just came to me, which is like, this album has a dark energy.
You think?
And like, it feels very much more mysterious.
True.
Than, like, Renaissance by this point you know what the album is.
Yeah.
And you just got to ask yourself whether this is what you want to listen to.
True.
I'm still not quite sure.
No.
What this is.
I have an overall thought, but I will mention it right at the end. Maybe we'll change my mind when we get to song 20. But, yeah, it's not... It definitely doesn't have the uplifting... Or maybe it is uplifting some of the sentimental aspects, but it's not as like, again, shake your ass music that we are used to.
Yeah, I think it might also be because I'm listening to this at night time. But let's see what happens.
True.
With Texas Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
feels like a single.
Yeah, and it was. It was one of the first two singles. Alongside 16 Carriages, is the one I listened to a lot before we did this recording, and also before when it came out in the Super Bowl. I really like it. It's so upbeat. It's very stereotypical country, as you would expect. Oh God!
Oh my God, Shoshana, this is a workplace.
Excuse me, sorry. Very stereotypical country. This feels very like entry level country for entry level country listeners like us. So for me, I liked it. You do a little boogie, you're not doing like a full dance routine.
Yeah.
But yeah, about time. I think we're now getting into the upbeat portion of the message.
Sorry to break from tradition, but I have a rant.
Go on.
For KFC.
Go on.
How dare you charge us $9.99? I ate that in 2 seconds.
Fam, you engulfed that, yeah. Sorry. While we are listening, we are all season KFC, which feels so telling. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh my God, we planned this.
Yeah, for the country.
We planned this. That is despicable.
It is.
There was barely any chips.
No.
I'm sorry, I opened up. I was surprised by how small that burger was.
It's the smallflation.
They've made everything small and they're charging us more money for it. It's not on. I ate that in like 4 bites. That's not okay.
Did that burger look tiny? I'm
not a burger girl. Do you understand? Like, it takes me long to eat a burger anyway. That burger took no minutes, which means that a normal person would have inhaled that, essentially. KFC, count your days.
Low.
Anyway, yeah, I like the song. No, I like the song, I do.
That's great. Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah.
I think it was, we'll listen to the rest of the album to see if it's like the right single, but you gave it like I think it was quite an accurate comparison to Break My Soul.
Yeah.
That when I first heard it, I was like,
yeah, it's like, what is this?
But because we're not listening to the album like fully, i.e. we're stopping between songs, we haven't heard the transitions as well. Maybe I should go back to the end, last couple of seconds of the last song and hear the transition to the new song. But
no, we won't be doing that. I also think the other thing was that I remember from Break My Soul, like the controversy was like, why is Beyonce telling people to quit their jobs? And so I was like, what, Beyonce made a song telling people to quit their jobs?
I just quit my job.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see.
There's all that in this. You're just basically saying shake your ass and the guy will come up to you and be like, woo! My favourite remix from that song is the first line when she says, this is Texas, woo! The Atlanta housewives will be like, this ain't Phaedra! And that's my favourite part, which is not in the song.
My favourite part was the end when she was like, ooh.
Yeah. This is
actually, that shows you how much I haven't listened to that song. I didn't know it ended like that.
You're not? Okay, I heard it before. Okay. The next song is Bodyguard. I have not heard this song, but I've heard some things about it.
Do you think it's going to be like the Megan Thee Stallion song Body?
Hopefully.
Bodyguard.
Body. We'll be back.
So...
That was Bodyguard.
Shoshana and I were immediately bobbing our heads. It's a bobbing our heads, it's not really a throw it back kind of song.
I think maybe we have to accept that they may not be thrown
back. I think I might have to just start throwing it back to songs that you wouldn't usually throw it back to.
When they opened, it just felt familiar. It was the beat, I can't describe the instrument, but it just felt familiar. And the song it first reminded me of was All I Want to Do Is Have Some Fun with Sheryl Crow. Mm-hmm. That's what it reminded me first of. And then
people don't talk about Sheryl Crow.
No. And then you had a reference that I think is
I said
on the money.
As it started, I was like, there's something, again, very familiar about this, very bouncy. At first I thought it was like an early 2000s kind of band, and I was like, no, it sounds like a Fleetwood Mac song. Back when, in their good years when they're not fighting.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
It's not the chain or like go your own way, but especially when they come in with the tambourine, it's like I can very much imagine Stevie Nicks on stage playing that tambourine live. So yeah, it feels like a Fleetwood Mac song. And then, we don't mean this as a diss, then we started thinking about Daisy Jones and Six.
Yeah. And this is a TV podcast, so yeah.
Be a song on the soundtrack to Daisy Jones and the Six.
100%.
If you haven't watched it yet, don't bother, but listen to the soundtrack. If you like Fleetwood Mac, and if you like that song, if you like the song Bodyguard by Beyoncé, you're gonna love.
Yeah, Daisy Jones and the Six.
You're gonna love Daisy Jones and the Six.
I have to be honest, this is my favourite song so far on the album. It's like a really nice vibe. It feels like I'm driving on a convertible down the highway. I'm in America, in all my visions, I'm in America. I'm driving down the highway.
Yeah, this is very Americana.
It's so Americana.
You can imagine it. Yeah.
We're driving down the highway, like in the desert, like we're going towards Vegas, and the tops are not the tops are up, but the convertible top is up.
Tops down.
Top down. It's not down. Tops is down, and the wind is blowing, and you're just hearing this song in the background. I think I'm just seeing videos and films. I'm seeing my visuals are films. Your visuals are like actual music videos. Mine's actually like parts of films that I've seen
this
before.
one felt like a performance, but then as soon as you said Daisy Jones and Six, now I'm just imagining them performing this.
Yeah.
Oh, Spidey has moved.
Oh.
He's not left, but he has moved.
For reference, there is a spider in Marnie's home.
I wouldn't call him a spider, I'd call him a Spidey because he's so small.
He is tiny, but he seems to have grown an attachment to both of us.
Yeah, he's just going round in circles.
And also the ceiling.
Yeah, he loves the ceiling.
He loves the ceiling.
He actually lives in the door.
And he just keeps on crawling in.
He comes out sometimes.
Where has he gone?
He's gone, so he's gone behind that.
I'll be honest, the fact that you have and know his wherabouts, I would have killed him before.
He's on the ceiling. I don't like the idea of killing something above me in case it falls on my face.
Yeah, but I would just get as close as possible then smash.
I'm waiting for him to go on the walls.
Yeah. Every time he tries to get close, he just crawls back up.
Yeah, he's just going to stay. Yeah, he almost came down and he was like, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
All right.
Oh, I think there's a fly or something.
Oh, now he's hungry.
Okay, now he's playing a game.
He's getting fed.
Spidey's busy.
Yeah. The next song It's called Dolly P, starring Dolly Parton.
So all the cameos gonna, sorry, I call them cameos. All the
features
is gonna be called named after the features.
I feel that's part of this is part of the contract. I'll be honest. And also, again,
do you think this will be a Dolly Parton song, or do you think like the Willie Nelson thing will be snippets of Dolly Parton?
I think it'll be snippets of Dolly Parton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So Dolly B wasn't snippets.
No,
it was a voice note.
Yeah, it was. Honest to God.
It was a voice note by an AI generated version of Dolly Parton.
Honest to God, it sounded like her. Because when she was like, Becky with the good hair, I was like, excuse me?
I was like, that woman has never said the words Becky, good or hair.
When they wrote that script for her, she was like, what is Becky, what is good, and what is hair?
As soon as she said, hi, honeybee, I was like, they paid her to
oh, yeah, 100%.
Voicemail.
It did, because you can hear the intro to Jolene in the background. You know that's what's coming next. The next song is Jolene.
I mean, who better to intro your cover of Jolene than Dolly Parton?
Yeah. For reference, Dolly Parton did kind of reveal before the album came out that Beyonce was going to release some version of Jolene. So this wasn't a surprise. I don't know, because Beyonce has very tight NDAs. Like, this album she's been sitting on for 6 years. So the fact that we're only hearing stuff, maybe Dolly Parton, it was a slip of the tongue, or Beyonce said that she could talk about it. But again, I feel like she's bringing these big country names as like authenticity, like almost being like
and maybe flag. Also it's that thing of like, these were people that were her, icons and idols when she was a kid. And so it's like, wow, I'm in a position now where I can actually get Dolly Parton to intro my cover of Jolene. Like, that's massive for me.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear Jolene, and that is what's next. So that was Jolene, Beyonce style, which I think is the best way to describe it. I think the first 2/3 a very like traditional cover of Jolene that we've all heard before by many artists. And then the last third kind of goes into a bit of like Beyonce's-esque like rendition to it. You start to hear where she starts changing up the lyrics, going like, I'm a queen, it's Jolene, or something like that, along that line. And then we get this choir part, which feels like it was like the Navy or the Army that's like singing backgrounds to Beyonce. That kind of threw me off a bit. Yeah, I like Jolene as a song. I think I've heard better covers, I hate to say it, and I think one of my favourite covers, and I hate to also say it, is Miley Cyrus. And I think she did an incredible cover of it. Of course, the original, you can't beat, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I like that song, Jolene.
The original one.
I don't know if I've ever wanted to listen to that song the whole way through. I feel like I get it.
Yeah.
And also,
it's quite repetitive.
I'm never going to sing a song to a woman who tries to steal my man.
I forgot.
What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not fast.
It's a very like traditional country song. If someone's like, let's do a country.
By your man. She should have done that one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Also, this reminded me of. Did you ever watch the Simpsons episode where the Dolly Parton one?
Where
she plays a country singer called like Lurley.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
I always think about that. That's one of my favourite episodes of the Simpsons. So actually, I'm back.
Yeah. I wish I would have heard Dolly Parton singing on it with her.
Yeah, does Dolly Parton sing with Miley Cyrus on hers? Because aren't they like, isn't that her on or whatever?
Yeah, I think they do a duet. I think in the live version they do a duet, but I think the original, the sample that she did, I think it was maybe on like one of those BBC Radio 1 cover things. Correct me if I'm wrong, and she does it solo. But I think that they've done a live version where Dolly sang with her. Mm-hmm. But I think because Miley Cyrus is so attuned with country, she sounds incredible when she does that. But that was my personal preference. But I don't know. This was cute.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was cute. The first 2/3 I think I would have kept. I love the little change in the lyrics. The Navy, Army background singers.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice to have like masculine voices come in, because I guess this song is traditionally like a woman singing to another woman to leave her man, and the man is quite absent from the song. So it feels like maybe it was a choice to be like, have the man in it and have him say like, I love my wife and I'm staying with her. But like, that's kind of not, to me, that's not what I take away from that song. That song is you pleading with a temptress, not to tempt your man, who's this weak-willed person who, if anyone winks at him, is going to go after him. So him coming in and being like, I got you, babe. It's like, well, I wouldn't need to sing this song if you got me.
True say.
Would I?
True say, that is true.
And in that, I guess in this version, it's like, well, Jolene is even more than a temptress. She's this like person actively trying to wreck a happy home.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Where your man's saying, I don't even want to go with Jolene. I don't know why she keeps calling me. It's like, I don't know. The story feels a bit different.
Yeah.
I did think there's a line in this as well where Beyonce says, I think she says, I'm a banshee bitch from Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody online, I can't remember who, so I can't credit them, but they made a TikTok saying that they think that the acts are not about the genres, but they're about who she's singing about, like whose perspective of the world it is. So the first one is her uncle, and his perspective of the world, and the second one is actually her mum.
Yeah, that's quite.
Because her mum from Louisiana.
Yeah, I think my mum Louisiana.
Yeah. So that this album is actually Jolene is not her singing from the perspective of her talking about Jay-Z. It's her singing from the perspective of her mother
and
talking about somebody.
Maybe.
So it's interesting, like listening to this with that in mind, is like that duality of like it's not just Beyonce talking about what Beyonce is going through. She's also, I guess. And her mother being from Louisiana and Texas, and like raising her children in Texas, like that's very southern, isn't it? So like probably this kind of country music is much more dear to her than it would be to a Beyonce. So it's interesting.
It's really interesting.
She thinks that and her prediction was that she thinks the third one will be to her sisters, and by sisters she's including Solange, Kelly, and Michelle, and then another one of her. I think it's the woman who's her.
Not the half sister.
No, it's not her sister. It's someone in her team.
Oh, okay.
Who's been in her team since the beginning.
I think maybe it's one of the like PR people.
Yeah, I think so. The one who in the film where it's like, oh, now my daughter works for the.
Yes,
I think it's her. Because I think I recognise it from the picture.
The daughter or the parent.
The parent.
Yeah.
And when in that bit, Beyonce says, "We're not just colleagues, we're a family."
Yeah. Okay, so, this could be quite interesting. Yeah. But then what genre would that be?
Well, people are saying rock. I'm like, that's an interesting thing to be like. Rock really reminds me of my sisters.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be more like Harvey, not Harvey Nicks. Stevie Nicks, like that kind of rock. No, Lady Marmalade. That's not Stevie Nicks.
Lady Marmalade is not rock either.
No.
What the hell? Lady Marmalade?
You know why I was thinking Stevie Nicks? Because of like Bootylicious and like the opening. But that's not,
Yeah, they've already done that.
Yeah, but you know.
I think it will be like soul. Maybe, right?
That would be amazing.
Hey, sister, soul sister. Not rock sister.
That would be amazing if it was soul.
But what if you found out that like what Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle used to do, like on their nights off, would just go to mosh pits and be like.
That's what I feel like it could be rock because of that. But I will be.
With his gospel.
I also do think it could be gospel.
With his gospel.
I mean, she's trying to take us. She's taking us to her house in Renaissance, to America, the deep south in.
She's taking us to America,
and then now she's taking us to church.
Wow.
For the third.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be down if it's soul, gospel, or rock. I'm down for any of them.
What is a genre you would be down for?
Anything that's like heavy metal.
That's
which is highly unlikely.
Well, that's
like I wouldn't if she does something like what's his face did the guy from Andre 3000 with the flute album. I'm also not there.
Work if she does a flute or a cappella.
Versions
of
a
every
cappella
song.
would be amazing. Like there was one time I fell into a Whitney. Not TikTok, but a Whitney deep dive on Spotify, and I was listening to some of her a cappella stuff from like How Do I Know, and that song a cappella sounds incredible. But yeah, I feel like what other genre would they be not down? I don't think I'll be down for her doing a pop album either, because like, she's done that already.
Well, she does K-pop.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine it being K-pop.
But what she does.
Do you know what? You're gonna bring a whole new bunch of girlies to it. That being said, it's also good. She
does rap for the sisters.
I don't think that's the genre I don't need to hear. I don't. When someone was like, "Oh, who's the best rapper?" and someone said Beyonce, everyone was like,
Nobody's ever said that.
Someone did say that. I was like, "Girl, please." Going back to your point about this song being the perspective of Beyonce's mum. The irony is the next song is called Daughter. So
there's a lot of mothers and daughters stuff in here. I think it's her. Yeah, I think it's her. Sort of. This is my love letter to my mum.
Yeah, which is very sweet.
Love letter to her uncle. And who else is dear to her?
Yeah.
Not Jay-Z.
I mean, she did 16 albums on Jay-Z and also, love for him. Sorry,
there is like the moment in Renaissance where that album dips for me is when she starts singing about my man. I don't care about that.
I love. Yeah, I was like,
I don't want to hear that.
Please.
I don't want to hear that.
And you can see in the on the tour. I'm now going back to the tour because we don't have like videos. This is a visual. She said we are the visuals. The tour, when she's singing those songs, the way she's like grinding on everything, I'm like, girl. Please. Jay-Z must be having the ball.
That man better be careful because as the internet says, he's next. Oh my god. So maybe that's why she's in such a good mood.
What if the next album is about him and it's like a full
like, it's like
a jazz album? A jazz album.
It'll be a rap album to celebrate her rap man.
Oh my god. I just don't think I can. I don't know.
Everyone seems to have forgotten they did a joint album together.
They did. Yeah, they did actually. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she don't need to do it. She did the whole Carter's album. No. Should we listen to Daughter?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Daughter. I don't know why, but as the song went on, I was like, this feels like a Beyonce song. And that sounds weird, but what I mean is like, it's a real production. It feels very dramatic as a song. I can't imagine, like, it's one of those songs where it's like, this is not, it feels like it should be in the soundtrack to something rather than like something you listen to in your commute. Yeah. When it got to the end, I was also like, given the lyrics, it's kind of what I feel like it will have the effect, not the exact same effect that Church Girl had on me, because also Church Girl was like, you could throw it back, but like I can't stress enough how much you can throw it back. But like the lyrics of Church Girl very much spoke to me, and I guess the lyrics of this to some extent, like you know, that thing of whenever you're badly behaved, your parents are like, oh, do you know, you remind me of your dad right now, and you're like, oh God, leave me alone. But like the idea that you get all your worst traits from your dad and all your lovely traits from your mum is kind of interesting.
It is, yeah.
So I think I'll probably end up liking it because I think she's talking about something very interesting.
Yeah.
It sounded the most country as well, just that, like, because it's not a lot of stuff in the background. It's just the guitar and then her voice, which is, I don't know if this is just me saying that I think country music is just people playing one instrument, but like it's there's nothing to hide behind. I think.
No, not at all. When she was talking about her dad, because when we took the title, and from the conversation we had about Jolene, the assumption was that she was going to sing from the perspective of her mum, but for her to switch to her dad, it was quite interesting. It also reminds me of Daddy's Lessons, which is like I'll be honest, the only country song that I remember that she sang in her previous album for Lemonade, and it's about Daddy's Lessons. It had a very like kind of tough feel to it. Like the lyrics in the song was like, my daddy warned me about men like you, and he'll, shoot you. Yeah, my daddy, if you hurt me, my daddy says shoot. My daddy says shoot. So there was something like the toughness of that song that reminded me of this song, even though it's like a completely different perspective. It was cute. I don't think it's going to be like the most memorable song, and I think
really came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's just wild. Again, this album just shows that Beyonce loves to sing, and she wants you to hear every single facet of her voice, and it's an incredible voice. And I agree with you that it's definitely a Beyonce song, because like this song and all the other ones, there's such a high production. You feel like you are on a musical roller coaster when you listen to any song. You're going to be hearing so many different layers of different types of instruments, different types of voices. It's so well produced. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like my favorite one. Yeah. So far.
Next song is Spaghetti.
Next song is Spaghetti with 2 eyes. This is a common theme that's going to happen throughout because it's Act 2. Okay, Spaghetti is. Spaghetti. With 2 eyes. We are now getting... Okay, keep on saying we're now getting to the throwback.
Nobody threw anything back in that song.
No. As I predicted before, there will be some talk rapping, and Beyonce rapped that whole song. Talk rapped it.
There was a dude in there as well, don't lie.
Shabuzi.
He said some stuff.
Yeah, at the beginning.
And at the end.
Oh yeah, he was chatting.
What, just chatting?
But I don't know what he was chatting about.
Yeah, I don't really know what that song was about.
And neither do I. And we were looking at the credits because you gave a real reference as you were listening.
Sounds like a Kendrick Lamar song.
Yeah. And then we looked at the writers, and there was Sean Carter.
And we're saying this because... Wait, Sean Carter is...
Jay-Z.
But I thought you were saying this because I was trying to make the link between him and Kendrick Lamar. I was like,
no, I was just like, there definitely was rap influence, and Jay-Z's influence in this song.
Well, basically, you're saying Beyonce can't write her own raps. Jay-Z helped her.
There was like 5 different writers on that song, so I believe that Beyonce can write her raps, but you know, it's always good to have your husband who can actually do it for a living. Let's move on, man.
Wow.
This is not my favorite song on the album.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not enjoy the experience of that song.
I have no idea what it's about. It feels so out of the blue. I don't think, even when we listen to this back and we try and hear the transitions into Daughter into this, I don't think it's gonna make any sense.
Felt very abrupt.
It did. Okay, let's see the next one.
I don't know what it had to do with spaghetti.
No. Next song is called Alligator Tears. Let's just get into it.
Yeah, I hope this song is about alligators.
So we just listened to Alligator Tears and Smoke Hour 2 because
it's not a song.
It's not a song, it's just an intermission between, or it's like an announcement from Willie Nelson. Alligator Tears, cute harmonies, beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns.
I think that this is a country album.
Do you know what? My mind wandered when we were listening to that song.
Yeah, same.
And that's not a good thing.
My life was flashing before my eyes.
And not in a good way. I have no idea what Alligator Tears have got anything to do with just anything. And you know, as an artist and a creative, and we all have that thing where we have to like filter down, like make the final selection for like a creative suite or a script or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some stuff make it on the cutting room floor. This is a song that should have been on it.
Damn, you really got beef with Alligator Floor, but you don't have beef with Spaghetti.
But Spaghetti should have joined that too. It could, again, when you hear Alligator Tears coming
straight
right
off
Spaghetti, like, where's the reference? Like, where's the link? Are we, again, we keep on saying that we're going to now enter the throwback portion of the record. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I would say this album doesn't have that Renaissance had. Like, even though the songs are merging into each other, it doesn't have that, like, that completeness in that, like, the vibe of each song moves effortlessly into the next one. I feel like you're right. Going from, like,
pure rap.
Was it Daughter into Spaghetti?
Yeah, and then Spaghetti
into Alligator. Like, I get why, because you don't want to be like, I don't know, maybe you've got to do it differently with an album like this, but it just feels a bit more, it feels quite jarring.
Yeah.
In a way that, like, I will say this, like, it all sonically feels like the same album.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm with you in that, like, a bit more editing needed to happen. Yeah. Like, do we need all of these tracks?
Yeah, it's 27 songs.
Do we need 2 Smokehouse intermissions?
Yeah, of him just saying the exact same thing. But I think about Black is King that had interludes of like snippets of The Lion King, but that was like different.
It's a soundtrack.
Yeah, true. So this is what it's trying to feel like, you know. I don't know. Okay. Should we go to Just for Fun, which was announced by Willie Nelson? This one's featuring Willie Jones.
A different Willie.
So that was Just for Fun.
How did you find Just for Fun?
Was that fun?
I found it to be, like I said to you as we were listening, this album feels like car music, like driving music. I can imagine myself like in my car singing along on the freeway on my way to my new life in my new state
in Louisiana,
leaving all of the trash behind and my ex who broke my heart.
Yeah.
All I've got is my good boots, my cowboy hat, and I'm gonna make a living and a life for myself because I got southern charm. But like, okay, I'm a 30-year-old from London. What the hell am I going to do with a driving album?
Yeah, I mean...
freeways on my case. I can't even drive.
There's no... Huh? What? But there's no freeway. You start driving and you have to pause traffic.
Yeah, sitting in the bus listening to it, it's already the same freedom.
You know what? It's a long train ride, looking at the window, looking at the album.
You can listen to it on the way to on my birthday.
Yeah, exactly. So it was featured Willie Jones, and I see when his verse came up, I googled him because his voice sounds really sweet. I mean, he's I think relatively unknown black country artist.
But you can't say relatively unknown because you don't listen to black country music.
Okay, it's true. Have I heard of him before? I had to go and Google him.
Yeah, but why would you? You don't listen to country music.
That is also very true, but...
Are you typing, is he well known?
No, I'm just looking at him like, you know, how can I see how many followers he's got on Instagram? Oh, actually, he's got 293,000.
You know those drag queens that have 11 mil?
Okay, so again, relatively unknown. His voice sounded amazing. They sounded really great.
Yeah, I did love his voice.
I think for a song called Just for Fun, I just think it was lacking a bit of the fun. But that's me personally.
Yeah, it got very churchy towards the end.
I don't mind being taken to church. Maybe, I'm starting to build my overall thoughts, which I will talk about in the end.
It's
but
giving soundtrack again though. It's giving end of a movie. Person leaves, toxic relationship.
No, it's a credit song.
It's just giving. It's giving soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's giving soundtrack.
It's giving soundtrack. This is as much beat as we're gonna get in this whole album after doing this. The next one I'm actually really excited to hear. It's called Two Most Wanted, featuring Miley Cyrus. This feature was not announced when Beyonce was showing and releasing all of her.
See, this is what Azealia Banks was talking about. Yeah. Miley Cyrus getting a feature before Normani. Is that fair?
What is Normani doing? No, okay, no shade to Normani, but you need to release an album first before we can get.
Where are the black pop stars featurettes that Beyonce's giving?
Miley Cyrus is a country artist.
Miley Cyrus is white.
She's featured.
I'm just telling you what Azealia Banks is saying. Don't you take it up with me because I'm not.
I'm happy to chat to Azealia about this, but I have not done a chat to Azealia about this. But she's featured a whole bunch of black artists. The song we just reviewed was with
Nicki Megan.
All right, let's just move on to Two Most Wanted.
Right.
What's that song called again? Two Most Wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted anything less.
I like the song. I'm not gonna lie. They sound nice together.
Yeah,
I enjoyed what they did.
Yeah.
Would I go chasing for that song? No.
No.
Is this something that was on my wish list of things I didn't know I wanted?
No. But I think this is on Miley Cyrus's wish list, but
it's a nice,
cute
addition to an album that I didn't ask for.
An album she didn't ask for and a song we didn't ask for either. I think it's cute. Again, I don't have much to say. I'm surprised how well their voices blended.
Yeah, it's given something Shoshana said. It's given stool performance. The two of them just sat on a stool facing each other, smiling as they're singing to each other. Yeah. When Beyonce is 82 and it's time to give her Hollywood, what's it, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. Yeah. It'll be her and Miley Cyrus singing that song together. 100%. But now Beyonce's eyes are going, so Miley has to help her on stage or something sad like that.
One thing about Beyonce, if you've ever seen her sing with other artists, she dominates the stage. I always try to imagine if she was performing that song, how she would dominate it.
No, I'm telling you, this is a still performance. They both sit down.
Yeah, but she Beyonce will be moving so hard, it's only a sliver of her cheek will be on that stool. As she's trying to dance to it, trying to make movement. Anyway, it's cute.
What's next?
Next song is called Levi with 2 eyes, Jeans, featuring Post Malone.
Can I just say something that I thought about today, which I think is in keeping with the song called Levi Jeans?
Right.
I don't know if you remember this in Girls, but do you remember how Marnie's boyfriend was in a band in the first season? Him and Ray.
Yeah.
They had a song called Keds.
Okay.
And the lyrics were, "Oh, where are you going in those Keds?" And that's what I always think about whenever I hear anything that's got a brand name in it. It's just gonna just really casually just say the words, "I was on my way to work in my Levi jeans." You're like, is this an ad for Levi jeans?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wonder how much she had to pay to say the word Levi jeans. I imagine and predict this song to be also quite downbeat.
I'm imagining, I wear my Levi jeans.
But what's Post Malone going to be doing? I think Post Malone is going to start singing.
He's going to come with a rap, be like, "When I wear Levi jeans, I feel sick."
I think it's going to be, or they're going to do a dual talk rap.
Dual.
It's D-U-A-L.
Do you believe this person was born in this country?
A dual. Wait, that's dual? Dual is when you...
but that's also how you say dual, as in dual carriageway. It's dual.
Yeah, dual. I think it'd be a rap battle. That's what I should have said.
What do people use in duels?
Swords.
Okay. Right.
Let's go. Levi jeans.
She did say the words Levi's jeans. Post Malone was on it.
Yeah. Did it need to be on it? Probably not.
It was an experience.
I was right when he was singing.
Honestly, it was fine. It was a cute little song. I don't know why as well. It's just like, this is what I mean. Country music is so mid. Like, that song was so mid. It didn't even matter. Like, even though Beyonce is the one singing it, it was still mid. Yeah. I don't know if you can make country music not sound like that. It's so like down home and like yeehaw.
But we were talking about this while the song was playing. There are upbeat country songs. Like,
don't say Old Town Road.
I'm not saying Old Town Road. Shania Twain. That don't impress me much.
Is that country music or is it country pop?
Fam is enough country for me.
What?
But I don't know. I just feel that there's some upbeat country, and
I think there are lots of Fleetwood Mac songs that are very upbeat.
Yeah, you can go your own way. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't got that yet. I mean, Bodyguard is the closest thing to anything that's like upbeat and and Texas Hold'em, of course. But
and now I'm gonna listen to a song called Flamenco.
Hopefully, it will encourage you to dance flamenco.
Let's get
in it.
Latin.
Yeah.
So
we listened to flamenco.
It wasn't Latin inspired. No, maybe it was in the lyrics. I wonder if country music is just one of those things where the lyrics are actually what you're there for, and it's not the music. Obviously, her voice is great, but it's just I don't know. Yeah,
we're starting to feel the lull.
As I said, you know, when we first talked about this, as much as I love Beyonce, I don't know if Beyonce is like. If Beyonce can't convince me of country music, I don't know who will, because it's Beyonce, but like I am struggling to even start to differentiate these songs.
That's true. Like, flamenco is in the same boat as Alligator Tears, where it could have been cut from the cutting room floor. Oh. Sorry.
Let's go into the next one.
Next one is Yaya.
Okay, so we just listened to Yaya.
Yaya.
And yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it felt very reminiscent of all the musicals, like 60s, 70s, 80s set musicals. So we were talking, firstly, Dreamgirls, just because it just really ripped itself right off it. What was the other one? Dreamgirls, Hairspray, Cadillac Records, which she was also in. We over, you mentioned Austin Powers. Yeah, it just felt right at home in that space.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah, I wonder if... Oh, I also think she should have opened the album with this.
Yeah, because she does introduce as like... This is Beyonce and this act 2 got Cowboy Carter.
Maybe she was planning to open and they moved it around.
Yeah, true. I mean, I believe that this was re-recorded because I can imagine this being welcome to Beyonce Act 1 Cowboy Carter.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. We're now going to move on to Oh Louisiana, which actually started playing as we were finishing Yaya. Next one's called Riverdance. So we just listened to 2 back-to-back, like, short interludes. One was Oh Louisiana, which there's no point in reviewing. What was it? It was just like a little piece of noise, yeah. And the next one was Desert Eagle, which had a really like interesting beat to it.
It sounded very psychedelic.
It did. Whatever
that sound is.
I don't know, yeah.
Bass.
Dum, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it sounded really...
Boom, boom. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum. Oh my god, I can hear the song in my head. Boom, 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 boom.
Sounds a bit like at the beginning of... What's that? The Childish Gambino song.
Yeah. Stay woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds a little bit like that.
It also reminds me there's another song that has that.
It also sounds a little bit like the what's that song called? A Thundercat song. Blood on the what's it called? Blood on the floor. Blood on the floor.
Thundercat.
I think it's called. And I can't find my heart. That song.
The Desert Eagle was the next song, which like we talked about. I actually liked the vibe, and it was a shame it was short, but I had no idea where the song was going to go. As I was listening to it, it just sounded like that day that Beyonce was in the studio and they were just like riffing off each other and like just trying to create a song, and then that bit of music came to life. And I remember Scissors talking in the interview about how I think it was Kill Bill. It was a similar thing. It was like one of those scamp or whatever she called it. Like it was basically like a really dry cut. She just said, "Look, I did a palette cleanser after doing some really hard songs, especially the songs that she really loved." And she was like, just put on a bit of a beat, and then she just sang, I think, either Kill Bill or one of the other big songs that blew up from her last album.
Cuffers season.
No, I think it was Kill Bill. Or maybe that, maybe. But she was just like, I was just, just messing around, and that's how that song came to life. And that's what Desert Eagle reminded me of. It was just her singing rubbish, because I had no idea what Desert Eagle means. Same thing, I don't understand what Alligator Tears mean.
It's the eagle that lives in the desert. What's confusing about that?
Yeah, what's it got to do with anything?
Oh, this is about deserts, because it's the south.
Yeah. Work.
What's next?
Next is River Dance.
Right.
With 2 eyes.
Here we go. Okay, we just listened to River Dance.
That was a pleasant thing to crack your back.
Crack your back.
Crack your back. What's it called? Throw it back. Yeah.
Throw it back. I like that. I do think that the backing track, when you heard it on its own, did sound like a ringtone, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's quite catchy. Dance on the thing, dance on the thing. That's a song that they will use as your transition from Renaissance into Cowboy Carter, because it has that it had some not house elements, but it had that kind of beat, and it had a bit of that pop sound. It's quite easy to transition from some of the songs that you heard from Renaissance. It's so hard that we're putting Renaissance as the benchmark, but that's the last thing we heard from her. And given that this is part of an Axe trilogy, we have to have a reference to it. But yeah, that I actually liked it. It's quite catchy and it's cute. I actually really enjoyed it. And I keep on saying cute for everything, but I actually did really enjoy this one. Yeah. Is it going to make me dance? I don't know. A little bit. The next one is called Two Hands to Heaven, with, again, 2 as the Roman numerals. Let's do it.
So that was?
2 Hands to Heaven.
2 Hands to Heaven.
Yeah, the first half I actually really enjoyed. It was like a nice little beat. It was quite kind of mid-tempo. Again, we've given up the whole throwback aspect to this album. We don't have that. But it was a kind of nice, really nice vibe. You asked, where's the country? Yeah. There was absolutely no country in this. It was definitely more pop. As you described it, but Renaissance.
Yeah, it was just my music.
Yeah. And yeah.
If you love a man, you're going to love this.
Yes, yeah. The last part was giving Cater to You vibes.
We're going to have the best years of our life.
Yeah. So Lucky Jay-Z, it was nice. It was cute. I keep on saying the word cute, but it was nice.
That word's starting to lose any and all meaning. It's cute.
Every song, it's one of them, beautiful gowns.
It's cute.
Gowns. No, it was nice.
Great songwriter.
Great. Yeah. It was nice. I don't have any problem with it. It was like a nice palette cleanser. Probably should have been slotted in the middle of the album in some place, because it really needed it when we were getting through that ballad after ballad after ballad succession. But yeah, it's definitely not a single. I would not make this song a single, but it's a nice vibe.
Okay, what's next?
Next is Tyrant, featuring Beyoncé and Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton was featured before, when she gave a bit of intro to Jolene. This is her act sheet.
What if it's Dolly rapping?
Do you know what? I'll be here for it. The song is called Tyrant, so I want them to be both tyrants.
Let's hear it.
Let's do it. So that was Tyrant.
Yeah.
Featuring Dolly Parton.
It did feature her.
Yeah. This song is... Okay, I'm going to be honest. This is the kind of songs I was expecting from Cowboy Carter, where it features still a lot of R&B vibes with some elements of country, i.e. a violin or instrument played in a country way, and then you have on top of that, a mega country star in the feature. That's how I was imagining Cowboy Carter to be, in terms of Beyonce album not being a traditional country album. So I actually enjoyed this song, but again, I kind of wish there was more of it. The thing that was making me laugh was the idea that some of the lyrics in this song, I'm just such a tyrant, and you can hear Dolly Parton in the backing vocals, and I'm just imagining her singing that song and how they would perform it. But Dolly Parton is also so adorable, so I think she'll be very cute with it. But I enjoyed it. How about you?
Yeah, it was fine. Like, I liked it. I feel like it should have come a bit earlier in the album. I think... I don't know. This part of the album now feels like a completely different album to the top half of the album. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think that maybe when Beyonce called the album Cowboy Carter, she should have had like Cowboy 2, like -- Carter. And one half is Cowboy and one half is Carter. And the Carter, as we know, is Sean Carter, Jay-Z. You can have the rap, you can have the Tyrant, you can have all the other one. You can have even Spaghetti on there. And then Cowboy, you can have every single ballad that we just did not care to listen to. Wow. And that is how you do, like what you did with I Have Such a Fear. It's a 2-sided album. One side Cowboy, one side Carter. When the Cowboy one, she's wearing a cowboy hat. And the next one, she's wearing the exact same things that she was wearing for Texas Hold'em. Where you could... Pretty much everything was left to the imagination.
Again, look, now listen to this album, like... Don't think the nudity is necessary in any shape or form. Like, there's nothing on this album that requires.
Only a few songs that which were grinding.
Out.
Yeah, because Texas Hold'em, really and truly, she could award that album for Tyrant. Anyway,
what's next?
Next song, ironically, is called "Sweet Honey Buckin'." It features Shabuzi, who was also featured earlier, I think, on the Spaghetti song.
She has got into the my section because it's just going to be all how much she loves to ride it.
Wait, let me just have a double check what song he was on, because he was on something earlier. He was on Spaghetti, yeah. So let's hear Sweet Honey Buckin'. Sweet Honey Buckin'.
I feel like we've reached the like ghetto part of this album.
2 songs before we're out.
Yeah. So
I enjoyed it.
You know, bit more funky, bit more like whatever that means.
Yeah.
A bit more like, but...
Throw your back out type of thing.
Yeah. It's throw it back, stop saying throw your back out. That's what happens when you need to call an ambulance because you've hurt your back.
After some Sweet Honey Buckin', you may need to.
You're right, actually.
I enjoyed it. It was like fun. It was like, it had a bit of a beat to it.
You threw your back out.
What I keep on noticing, and it probably has happened with a few songs, where you get to the 2/3 mark, just before you get to like maybe the bridge or the chorus, and it just stops and it starts again. It happened with Blackbird, but I think that's how the song actually happens. I had a couple of other songs where you're like, oh, is the song kind of finished? And you check it like, oh wait, no, there's still another 2 minutes of the song to go. And this song had the same thing, and I was feeling, is it supposed to like indicate the sweet part, which is like at the beginning, honey.
You were doing too much detective work, I think.
The bucket at the end, because it got really like boom, boom at the end.
Wow.
Yeah, that was me trying to do the bucking sound. Now we can say a little prayer, because we're now at the final song of the album. And it's called Amen. And I pray to God as an interlude, but amen, amen, amen. Let's go. And that was Amen. I don't know if I would have preferred it to be Amen, Amen, blessings and glories and glory. I thought it was a really beautiful ending to the album. I love the harmonies of Mercy. I thought it was really moving and uplifting. It was a very weird sound to end on.
Very different energy, but do you think that is because the next song is a gospel album? And that's why she ended on that song?
I do think.
No, that's like saying the Renaissance ends with the country song. That's what doesn't.
No, but it ends up with some. I would love if you play Summer Renaissance into American Requiem. How does Summer Renaissance? Well, we'll play
tempo-wise, completely different songs.
Yeah, but like the last, like basically, could you blend all 3 albums into one?
I think you could. But the question is, should you?
Yeah, that's a big question. What do you think about Amen?
Like, the fact that it merged into American Requiem probably sums up how I felt about that song, which is that, like, I wouldn't have been able to differentiate those 2 songs if I didn't already know that they were 2 different songs. Yeah. It was great.
Yes. All right, should we wrap up with final thoughts, ratings, and your faves?
Oh, wow. That's giving me a lot of questions.
Yeah, okay, let's find out some final thoughts, wrap-up thoughts.
I think, so difficult, because obviously Renaissance only took 1 listen for me. I'm willing to give this a second listen. I don't, but also right now I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, I guess I was right, and I should trust my gut in future when I say I don't think I'm a country music person. Yeah. And even Beyoncé can't get me to like country music. It's like that still stands. I wonder if, again, going back to what I said about Renaissance, it was the right album at the right time.
I agree.
And I don't think the same kismet has happened with Cowboy Carter. Even calling it Cowboy Carter is starting to get on my nerves. Like, I don't like the name of the album.
Yeah.
Like Renaissance felt like its own thing. It feels like this album should have had its own name.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just feel like, here is me having a go at country music. Yeah. Like, weirdly, Renaissance didn't feel like that because it wasn't like Beyonce goes to house, So yeah, I will give it another listen. There are definitely songs on there that I enjoyed. I'm sure that on a second listen or third listen, I'll be like, hey, these are bops that will go on to my playlist. Like, I'll keep these around. Yeah. I doubt that on second listen, songs that I didn't care for I will suddenly care for. Yeah. But in short, it will be it's great lullaby music. Because it really was making me feel calm to go to sleep.
Yeah,
not in a bad way, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I'm so tired. That doesn't help. But like, it wasn't. I think if I was sleeping the first time I'd listened to Renaissance, I don't think that I would have called it great lullaby music. Like, I'd have been like, damn, this woke me up.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you that I don't think this album is like for the right time. And I'm not talking about just like the year or the fact that like this album was supposed to go before Renaissance. I feel even the time of year is odd. I feel like this is like a more of a winter album.
Autumn time.
Like you're just wrapping up. It was so downbeat for almost, again, 2/3 of the album that it just didn't have the uplifting elements. And like, I can't even see what's the song I'm going to be shaking my ass to in the summer. Like,
maybe a Renaissance, maybe
River Dance.
No, I was gonna say maybe a remix of one of those songs.
I think that the album is gonna work really well when they start throwing remixes. So when the TikTok DJs are gonna get their hands on these, they'll enjoy it. So I felt that was a kind of key thing, that I just felt like it wasn't released at the right time. I don't think that this album should be toured. I mean, we talked about this before, but I really honestly feel that she's probably going to do a residency with this type of album. I just feel like the way the songs are built and the downbeat, it's just not something where you're going to get all your dancers to be trying to do choreography for them in these songs. Yeah. And I do also think that I would just love to see the acts tour all together and just see that come to life. I do think we're going to get probably some visuals, like music video wise, for this album, but when we in lieu of a tour. And I do think, and I think it's one of the harder things, and from what you were saying as well, that coming off the back of Renaissance, Beyonce did gain a big following, like a bigger following and a bigger type of audience coming to her. And I don't know if you're gonna retain them all for this country move, because it's just so different. Like, I enjoyed some of the songs. Some of the songs were very quintessentially Beyonce. Some songs were just really downbeat, very like earthy country that is just not my bag. And so I do wonder, she probably will gain a new audience, which is probably the purpose of this exercise. She's going to get a new audience and some country fans. Again, some country fans are racist, so maybe not. But I just feel like it's just such a big departure, and I just wonder when you would have released this album in the in this 3-act trilogy. We don't know what the third one act is. I think people are assuming it's going to be gospel or rock or whatever. I'm kind of looking forward to that more. I just feel like the country one should have just been peppered into the other albums and not had a whole distinct album for it. My last thought was around the features. I think it was really nice that she included other black, like African American unknown country artists,
like or Post Malone and Miley Cyrus.
No, I mean it's like some of the more but I said African American.
Yeah, like Dolly Parton.
No, I think it was good that she brought some like the new, or not newcomers because they're probably established in the black country space, but bringing them onto the album alongside the big greats like Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton and Miley Cyrus.
Post Malone.
Post Malone, I don't know. That's the most random one, and he also was like the one that had the least impact. So that was quite nice. In terms of my favourite song, I think the one that's something exactly like Fleetwood Mac is my favourite one. Bodyguard. That's a song I feel like I can probably re-listen to. It's hard because when I first listened to Renaissance, I didn't like the album. And I made it clear in the podcast and we argued at length. And then the visuals came out and I listened to it again and my mind was changed. I just don't know if I'm going to have the exact same experience with this. But I do think there will be some songs that I will akin to the same way I did with Daddy Lessons for Lemonade. But it worked because it was it was the only country album within the album versus this one having like probably 5 or 6 songs that were very similar with unnecessary interludes. So for me, it was cute.
I wonder if this. I don't think that this will have the same buzz that Renaissance had.
Not in this country.
But you know, I'm interested to see what happens because I feel like it was a month or 2, maybe 3. Basically, when she announced that she was going to go on tour, that I actually saw people being like, I would sell a kidney for this, tickets for this. I was like, I didn't realise everyone was loving the album. So, who knows? You know, a month or 2 from now, people will be naming their kids Riverdance because they love the album so much. So, let's wait and see. And we will be listening. We will try and listen to it one more time before next week's ep, so we can tell you guys if we've had any change of hearts.
Yeah. It's kind of ironic, but an album, I mean, it was 27 songs, so it felt really inflated. And it's only an hour and 18 minutes, but it felt a lot longer. Excuse me. Maybe because we were reviewing it with each song, but I don't know what it was. It just felt like it dragged. And that's really disappointing because I usually listen to most of Beyonce's album and I don't ever feel that way. But today, it just felt like it dragged. Which is sad. Okay. So next week,
Bodyguard. We're reviewing Gentleman.
Yeah, Bodyguard. Next week we're not doing Bodyguard. Next week we're doing Gentleman. The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie, which was supposed to do it this week, but we postponed it because our girl Cowboy Carter was coming out with an album. So what do you want me? Our boy Cowboy Carter?
But the album's called Cowboy Carter, but you said our girl Cowboy Carter's coming out with an album.
Your girl is tired. Our girl B came out with an album called CC Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But yeah, we're gonna take a listen. I'll be perfectly honest, I think I'm just gonna cherry pick the songs I like and then re-listen to that. Okay. Which is what I do on albums anyway. But we will come back next week. Thank you for listening. This has been Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana
and Money.
You were gonna say Cowboy Money?
No, I wasn't gonna say Cowboy Money. I was gonna say we're gonna come back harder, better, faster, stronger. Don't know why.
No reference to.
I know. I just started thinking about that song.
We will be 2. Oh God, doesn't matter.
2 hands on heaven.
Yeah, 2 hands to heaven will be 2. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Thanks again.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.